Hi, welcome to part two of my presentation, the human avatar charged by liquid electric gold. Light interaction equals light body activation. Okay, so um, if you've seen part one, then this is going to be, you'll have a clear understanding of what it is that I'm going to be speaking about. If not, it might help to go and watch part one first before perhaps maybe attempting to watch part two, or even watch part two and then go back and watch part one again and then go through it so you know exactly what's what. So we'll start this particular presentation by speaking about something I spoke about before, which is cryptochrome, which is a magnetic sensor which we have in our eyes, but mutants and birds have it in their eyes, and they have it much more than we do. The bird also has an ethmoid bone here in its nose, an ethmoid bone, right, and then connected to, it's got sensors in it, and then you've got the cryptochrome in the eyes. Yeah, what are we looking for here? What the bird is doing is sensing out the ether, and it's also sensing out the magnetic field. And what it does, and theory apotheosis does also state this as well, and I also go with this, that when it's looking to go from to the North Pole, or a South Pole, each pole is red and blue. It detects that the red and blue light is what it detects. That is the magnetic sensor that enables it to pick up the magnetic field. Yeah, so we know that magnetic fields, etc., exist, so to speak. So it's just simple. Nature works in a very, very simple way. But what materialists have done is complicate things and make things up to suit other agendas and to take people away from the core divinity of who we actually are, which is this here. I put this together now. Hopefully, you can see it. There may be bits of it that you can't see, but what you can't see, I will explain. Right. So what we've got there is this human avatar here, encased inside of a magnetic field. Right. This is, so obviously when you've got your magnetic field, what we're talking about is dielectricity. Which dielectricity is a dual force. Yeah. It's a two-way electrical system. Yeah. And then magnetism, which we can see here, magnetism is then force in motion. So anything that's electrical is then encased inside of this magnetic field that we can see here, that you've got right there. Right. So one of the first thing that I wanted to speak about is that what happens with light, we are only able to detect, as I've been saying for quite some time now, the human avatar is only able to detect visible light. So we're only able to detect a very small amount of what there is to be seen. Yeah. So here, you can see here, when white light comes through the prism, now there is two things happening here. The materialist is telling us that light travels. Yeah. C.P. Steinmetz, who's got over 200 patents, and who's also, Tesla would go to Steinmetz. Steinmetz was the main man at GM, and he's one of the main guys that you don't hear about with over 200 patents. Tesla would have gone to Steinmetz to get things, to finalize things, etc. Yeah, and what these true scientists have stated is that the way in which that nature works is nothing compared to how they are stating it does. Yeah. So they tell us that light travels through particles. Yeah. But on the flip side of that, what we are seeing, and what Walter Russell is also saying, is that light doesn't travel; it moves through fields. Yeah, and it's just a field modality. Yeah, which is what light is. So here, it's actually something that's not going anywhere. It's actually already all around us. Yeah, and it pulses. So what they call a photon, what we call a photon, is a pulse perturbation. Yeah, which is what they say. So here, in this area here, you can see white light. Right. So what happens with white light? White light comes through a prism. Yeah. At a reduction rate of reduction, not the speed of light. It wouldn't be the speed of light. If you want to sit on the fence, either way, yeah. But as it reduces, once it goes through the prism, yeah, to access the light, guess what? It goes through the prism at a reduction rate. It comes in at 100%, and then as it goes through the prism, its rate of reduction is 66%. I'm hoping that you can see that. If not, it doesn't matter, I'm explaining it anyway. Yeah, light travels through a prism, yeah, and the main portion of light, white light, as it goes through that prism, yeah, when it transforms, which we'll be speaking about on this side, when it transmutes or transforms, yeah, into electromagnetic spectrum light, which is 7 rays, 7 again, yeah, right. When it does that, it's at 66% as it manifests the color ray. Yeah. Now, what here we have, yeah, this is, you know, more scientific research on on light, yeah, on the light, yeah, that is within the human being, right? So within the light that is within the human being, I've stated this on a different presentation previously to this also, yeah, that this light, yeah, when they go close up with a microscope, yeah, we have starting point of the biophoton appears as a sun. Whether it's etheric light or a light particle, let's not go with the definition at the moment. So much red tape, so much definition, stopping us from accessing real truth. Right. Starting point of a biophoton appears as a sun, radiating its 6 rays of light. What it then does, the sun starts to open up, showing a black sun. A black sun, 6-pointed star in its center. So what you have there now is 66. 6 plus 6, yeah, again, we have, which is the 12. Which is the 12. The 12, yeah, we've got here. So if we say this is a clock here, this is the 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, yeah. As this drops down here, and this 12 o'clock here is the 12 o'clock here is known as the gateway of man. Yeah. So souls, they get sucked in from the Milky Way here, this way, at the summer solstice. What is the summer solstice? The summer solstice is going to happen on the 21st. On the 21st, yeah? If you swing that around, 1 plus 2, again, is 12, yeah? Every single solstice and equinox is happening here. 21st, summer solstice, 21st, the fall, equinox, 21st, winter solstice, 21st, yeah? Yeah. So that's what we're saying here. So the 12, yeah, is vital, plays a mega key role in this reality, yeah? So that, which is what we're saying. So then not only is that the 12, what else does the 12? 12, right. So also, right, as your cerebellum spinal fluid, Christ, which is the Christ. So the Christ is you. You are the Christ. In Vedic scripture, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna has to fight his demons. No, yeah, Arjuna fights his demons, and he does this with the help of Krishna. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, yeah? And then what happens is, Arjuna finds Krishna, Christ, which is the Hindu Christ, yeah? But Christ is not a literal man. There is the Christ concept will happen in every single religion on the earth. The Christ concept will, because Christ is a consciousness, and Christ is who you are. Is who we are, right? So as it says, as your cerebral spinal fluid, Christ climbs your 33 vertebrae. Yeah, it climbs with 33 vertebrae, yeah? So 1 plus 2 again is the 3. Is the 3, yeah. Jacob's ladder admits the 12 cranial nerves, which is the 12 disciples. Yeah, you've also got the 12 in your rib cage is your 12, right? So this one. Magnesium on the periodic table, magnesium is also 12, yeah? And the heart uses magnesium drastically, yeah? And magnesium plays a vital role as an electrical element, plays a vital role in the upgrade and advancement of the human avatar. Yeah, electric. How was it doing that? Because you see, electricity is coming in here, and electricity is coming in through the sun. Yeah, it's coming in through the sun, and that sun is here, and this sun is 6. 3 plus 3. Remember, we're climbing up Jacob's ladder, yeah. And 3 plus 3 is 6, yeah. So that's 6 we have there is the sun, right? So then in every single, and then what if we go to, you see O here. O is a symbol for the sun. This O, and this O is also the symbol of infinity. It's also the symbol of creation, and it also represents the wholeness of the 0, which is also our great mother, which is the O. So here in Latin, sol is for the sun. Is the sun, yeah, and then on in Egyptian was also the sun. So when we have Solon man, you see, in occultism, there are only 9, in occult numerology, there are only 9 numbers, and it starts from 0, yeah, and 0 is the 1, because 0 is the beginning, and 0 is the whole, which is the womb, which is your mother, which is your tomb, yeah. So 0, it becomes the actual 1 of creation. That means 9 becomes 10, which is Zen. Yeah, so 9 now becomes the master number, which we will get to. Right. So we're speaking about the actual sun, right? So what I'm connecting now, what's actually happening is that the sun, souls, they come in on the summer solstice, which is the peak of life. They come in, right? And what actually happens is these souls, they travel. You see that the avatar, we are the same as this earth in quality, but not quantity. Everything is force in motion, acceleration, and inertia. That is what is happening here. It's simple. Time, yeah, is a movement of, it's down to magnetism. Time is the movement of electromagnetism. This is why what you are finding now is that what we call time, yeah, is actually speeding up, because time is this wave here. And this is what the movement does. It creates this. This is electromagnetic toroidal movement creates this. Yeah. What happens is, we know that we are the same as the mother because she provides a negative ion charge, a negative electric charge. When we consume this negative electric charge and we intake the molecules of divine crystallic light, what happens is that it raises our state of being upwards. So I'm telling you how we get here. So here, this is the realm that we live on. It's the plane of inertia here. It's dielectricity creating all of this. Yeah, and then the magnetic fields is the force in motion. We have two fields here, so we have an infinity happening here as well, and we also have two fields coming together. And what these two fields are doing is they're creating this hyperboloid in the center, this hourglass here. Yeah, that same hourglass, yeah, has been depicted by many ancients. That same hourglass you can see depicted there. This is the hourglass here. This is pre-dynastic. Yeah, this is so they're depicting to us exactly what it is we actually live on. So this is phallic worship, pre-worship of the phallic. Yeah, this is where we were worshipping, balanced, masculine and feminine. So souls come in straight down here into this hyperboloid, and what happens is they get birthed out. It's easy for me to show you on here what actually happens, and the reason for that, the reason it's easier, is because we are the same as the mother. Nature has created us. Elohim made man in its image. Yeah, the gods. Yeah, this is both masculine and feminine. Masculine and feminine. Right, so what happens is these souls come in, yeah, in the gateway of man, and they drop down here. This is 12. 12, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, so they drop down here at this point here, this center point, the highest point, and then they come down this hyperboloid. It's a hyperboloid, yeah, and then they come through. So then you come through this center point. This is the stargate, this green here, on the man, and that man is us. That man is who we are. That's who we are, the man. Yeah. So you see this man here. Yeah. It comes down here. Souls come down and then they get birthed out directly straight out of the heart. That's what happens. And then so here, like this. But this is what is happening to the avatar also. Micro, macro. But we are then, what it would be saying is that etheric light, yeah, is coming from us. From our stargate here. From our heart stargate, yeah. Now, we know that these things are the case because they get measured. They get measured at the same time. There's always truth mixed with lies, yeah? But you can't hide this. You can't hide this because it's all everything's here, yeah? We can see the light. Whether the light is coming directly out or whether the light is glowing, the light is there, and it has always been there, yeah. So like this tells us here, measuring light from biology, spontaneous emissions using CCD camera, Schwartz, electric field induced photon emissions, electrography. Yeah. Fritz Popp, who's very good, developed ultra-sensitive photo multipliers. Yeah. Where they were able to capture the biophoton, delayed luminescence, light-induced afterglow, and ultra-weak afterglow emitted after light stimulation, right? Perception using human eye. Notice the word ultra-weak. To pick up the light, yeah, requires for you to be using ultra-weak equipment to be able to detect the light. We've seen the light before. I've shown the light before, and you probably, you can see the light. So that is the light there. Yeah. We know the light exists if we do proper research on it, and we don't just look and say, oh, there's no such thing as light emanating, because there is light. There is the light. Yeah. So we can see the light. There's the blue and red shift. This is the blue and red shift that we're going to be speaking about. Yeah. And then this is the lady where you can see the light is emanating from them. Yeah. So, yeah. So when the spirits come through, they come directly down through that hyperboloid, and then they make a choice as to who their parents will be, and then obviously then there's the path that they will be going down in order to actually learn. Whether they become soul activated, in the physical is another matter. That is another matter. Not everybody has a soul, an activated soul, yeah, which is the issue that we have down here as well. Many people are just operating straight fire with the ego and the actual personality, which is acquired, learned behavior, is your actual personality. What we don't realize is, because we're only able to detect 1% of what there is to see, there is actually a limbo. And what you can also become encased in the physical, yeah, because you are a sun worshipper. If we worship the sun, the white sun, what will happen is we become entangled in this physical illusion, because what happens is that we are concerned with just the material, yeah. We are not fully concerned with what's happening on the spiritual, which is the higher abode compared to matter. Matter is to be intertwined with spirit. Once we separate the two, then we are imbalanced, and we're not working in balance, and we don't have my art, so there's no balance there. Yeah, right. So but this is what I'm speaking about now, the reason why I'm speaking about this. So what happens is, yeah, that balance that we speak about, yeah, is here. And this is how we work. We're an electrical being, electromagnetic being, right? So because you're an electromagnetic being, we work with electricity, right? And what happens with electricity, you see, what happens with it is it bounces from red to blue all the time. It keeps bouncing and bouncing from red to blue, which is what it's doing. You can see here, this is the bouncing here. Bounce, 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 bounce. Yeah, this is the bouncing. The wave, the long wave you see here, is the long magnetic wave, which is our mother. So just to give us a clear understanding on what I'm speaking about, right? We'll read this prima materia, prima matra, right? So it says, red and blue light is electric, which is androgynous, right? Elements are water and earth, which is these two lower elements here. Yeah, it's a transverse wave. It's polarization. It's kinetic energy, and it's based on sensation and action. Right. So the red and blue light, yeah, is dual. It's dualistic. Yeah. If the red and blue light is the demiurge. The red and blue light is the demiurge. It is that, yeah. So if you don't know the demiurge, we explain to you, yeah. So it's a dual setup, dual entity. So the gods made man in their image. So you can see at the bottom here, you can just see I've put the demiurge. I put the demiurge here, and you can see these two arrows. There's one pointing up and one pointing down. And then you can see the mother here. She's the long wave, which is the white light. Yeah, which is the white light. Right, which is magnetic. Magnetic elements are fire and air. It's feminine. It's a longitudinal wave, which is a pulse wave, because it's a pulse wave universe. Pulse wave. It's illumination transmitter of thoughts, emotion, sound, and kinetic energy. It's the longitudinal wave, yeah, that we have to connect with in order to be able to begin to manifest and co-create our reality. That is what it is. It's the longitudinal wave that allows us to do that. Yeah, right. It allows us to make that happen. Because when we were saying here, every living thing emits a constant current of light. Yeah. If you look closely in these particles of light, they call them particles, right? You will see various shapes. You will see various shapes of sacred geometry, which is the six-pointed suns. The white conscious sun and the black sun reside within you. Right. We literally continuously emit these tiny particles, right? Sometimes scientists say, who deal with magnetism and electricity, very intelligent, your Teslas and your Stern lights, etc., yeah, and your Walter Russell, we will say that this is etheric light. It's ether. It's not emitting, but it would be glowing within. Yeah, tiny particles of light and sacred geometry. The best thing is we can control and direct the light where to go and what to do with just pure thought and intention. This is what they don't want you to know, because you can become powerful, you can become sensitive enough, yeah, to be able to control the thought waves that come in, and be able, and those thought waves are able to make things actually happen within the physical. You can lie down at night time, yeah, and you can project the actions of an individual, project their actions in a positive manner, their positive actions, yeah, so that they may create more positive actions for going forward with things that you may be involved within. Yeah, they don't need to know about these things because it comes with cause and effect consequences also, as well as regaining your power. Yeah, whereas if it's used for dark forces, if we just go if we go as one direction and we don't go dual, what you would call a left-hand path, if we just go with just simply service to self, yeah, and only service to self, there is nothing wrong with serving the self, but there must be balance between serving the self and serving others at the same time too. Also, so if we were just serving the self, yeah, then we would be able to create, yeah, an electrical charge within us. We'd be able to create a state that enables us to become ultra sensitive enough, yeah, in order to be able to manipulate the thoughts, to be able to manipulate thought wave, even so to speak. Yeah, we would be able to do that. So, what I'm speaking about here, I'm saying to you about the demiurge, yeah, which we look at as an entity, an egotistical entity that doesn't realize where it comes from, doesn't understand its own divinity. It lost its divinity when it breathed it into the man, so to speak. But it's duality. We're speaking about dual here, and electricity works in that same dual fashion. Yeah. So what we're speaking about here is a total polarization. Yeah. So what am I talking about? I'm speaking about the avatar. So the avatar, yeah, has redshift. You have redshift. You've got redshift here, and then we have blue shift. Yeah. So you could see redshift rising, blue shift descending. Redshift rising, blue shift descending. What you can't see, and bring it a bit closer, you can see now, if you see the pyramid rising, the redshift here, you can just see redshift pyramid here. Redshift pyramid here is a 60-degree angles. 666. 666, yeah, together. 1 plus 8 is 9. In occult numerology, we only have 9 numbers, 0 to 9. Yeah, we only have 9 numbers. Yeah, that is to rise. Right, before I forget, I will say, so this light spectrum that you can see here, these are the main colors that come through. Yeah, and our cones within our eyes, isn't it funny how you have a pine cone, yeah, and then you have your pineal gland, and they use a cone to symbolize it. But it's also the cones in your eyes yeah, that allow us the avatar to see color. You couldn't see color without those cones. And it's these 3 lights, it's these 3 ultraviolet lights that play the main effects, have the biggest effect. Yeah, we have the red light, and the red is erythrolabe. Erythrolabe, right? Words are very, very key, which is what we're going to do some etymology. Yeah, erythrolabe, yeah, right. And then we also have, which is connected to erythrolabe, is obviously connected to the sun. That is connected to the white sun, and it is that red light. It is the biggest wave. It holds the biggest amount of space. So what happens is with the red light, we see mostly in the red, and we see 720 nanometers, yeah, as red light wavelength. 720. 7 plus 2 is 9. Again, now red, R, is the 18th letter of the alphabet, which you can see here. It's 18th letter of the alphabet. That breaks down into 666, which breaks down again into the carbon atom, carbon 12. Carbon 12, 1 plus 2 again is the 3. Carbon 12, yeah, that breaks down again into 666. Inside of that, we've got, inside of that atom, you've got 6 neutrons, 6 proton, and 6 proton, and you've got 6 electron. Yeah. Now we're saying the sun, which it is, the sun is 6. In the lower region of the avatar here is an electric within the lower region, the spine of the coccyx. Yeah, there's a lot of electrons happening down here. So when we have sex, yeah, when we have sex magic, when we create the orgasm, what happens is there's an electrical charge that takes place when we are doing that. Yeah, we don't realize, but sex is so vital and sacred to the actual avatar. The actual avatar is the original organic tech. You are original organic technology. Yeah. So when you sex, yeah, we look at it in this. We're supposed to look at it in such a divine way. You are actually now merging with the absolute, the all. When you are using sex to procreate, when you are drinking your urine, which is also coming from your life-giving center, your life-giving, electrical life-giving space. This is where it is. Yeah, that is what is happening. That is the base point. Yeah, so that's where we've got this 6. Yeah, and 66 coming straight through. So, and then also that's why we have here 6. Look, so we've got the 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Yeah, 6 is down here in that lower region is where we have the 6. Yeah, what I wanted to find also, as we're on that subject, whilst we're on that subject, 6, even the female ovaries create the 66. Look, they create the 66 in the ovaries. The sexual organs is 6. Electricity. Yeah, and then in actual fact, the lowest chakra, the second from the Muladhara, here, in the solar plexus, there, is the 6. Is the 6. And we are saying that when the avatar comes through, we're saying when the avatar comes through, we did this, and this is from the last presentation. We did this. We're coming through La. Yeah, La. Then we're coming through the sun. So we're coming through 6, and then we're coming through 10, and then as we come through 12. 12. Yeah, that's where we drop down from that position. We're dropping straight down there now into the actual 12. So what I'm saying is this: the avatar is so erythrolabe, yeah, is the biggest light, the main light that we see, yeah, which is what it is. That red light, yeah, comes to us in the dawn of 6. It comes to us in the morning, the red light. We see mostly in red. We see mostly red. It comes to us in the morning. what the red light does, yeah, red light stimulates tissue growth, supercharges mitochondria to uptake electricity. Is one of the main things that red light does. Some of the first cave paintings, they would draw them in red. They would draw them in actual red light. Yeah, which is what would happen. So it's mostly red, mostly the red light that we see. Right, and I said that the red is erythrolate. So if we change that round, it's RE, which is it's telling us that it's red. It's red, erythrolate. Yeah, chlorolate is telling us this is the heart center, which is the green. That is where you're getting your chlorophyll. This is where you get your chlorophyll from. The green here, and chlorophyll holds this etheric light. It holds the light. Does the actual chlorophyll? So, which is why the chlorophyll holds that light. And that is the reason why you are supposed to, we should be having our hemp protein. Hemp. We don't necessarily need protein, but hemp, yeah, as a powdered form, once you've broken the seed down, it is just absolutely phenomenal. And the reason that it's like this is because of the green chlorophyll content that it holds, enabling it to hold light, which is also then enabling it, yeah, to produce all these electrical elements at the same time as well. That's what's happening, yeah. So even when we go, and if I just come out of this a minute. Right. How does a plant work? I've stated before that Avatar is like a plant because we are all connected in this loop. We are keeping ourselves out of this organic loop, though, as the highest being, the highest conscious being down here. We have been made in the image of the creator, yeah, of the absolute, masculine and feminine. Yeah, right. A plant senses sight. Yeah, because a human being doesn't need eyesight to be able to detect the light. It does this with ganglion proteins and cells that pick up melanopsin. Melanopsin, yeah, detects organic light. Blue light is what melanopsin detects. Yeah, we said earlier that the red and blue, yeah, it's an action. It creates sensation and action. It makes action happen. Blue, even though we see mostly red, the blue light plays a massive factor, and in many cases the blue light overpowers the red, yeah, because the blue is connected to alertness. Why does the blue light overpower the red? Because the blue is the descending energy. There's the blue. The blue light is the descending energy. There it is here. It's descending downwards. Masculine. Rise erection. Yeah, which we'll speak about. It's rising erection. Phallic worship, right? It can be. And then you have divine feminine, yoni, downwards energy. That is depicted. There's so much you've got to be careful not to fall off. That is depicted within Egyptian cosmology. Because this is the masculine, which is Geb. Yeah, this is Geb, the masculine. And then this is the feminine, the arch. She's the feminine, yeah. And she is your royal arch. That's your royal arch. Yeah. And at the top of this Masonic royal arch, we're breaking down occultism, because the occultism is key, and occultism is the hiding and is holding the truth of your supreme divinity. And that's what people like myself are letting out to others so that they can liberate themselves. So what I was just speaking about, guess what? Right, here it is. And I don't need this symbol to create the avatar. Everything is all connected. It is only our ego that is giving us the illusion that we are separate. We are not separate. We are not separate like that in any way, shape, or form. A soul, spirit soul fragment is a fragment of the absolute. Whereas coming from a light, we are light emanating. We are different points of light. Yeah, coming from one single divine source. So just saying that this is the royal arch here, and this is then sun and moon here, and this is what I was speaking about. This is 12 o'clock, 69. Yeah, so 69. So I'm saying that the avatar, yeah, we are the same as this realm, yeah, we are the same, yeah, in quality, but not quantity. So it's telling you there that there is the same 96, 69 here. If you could just see that here. There. And all these add up to 144,000, which is 9. Okay. Yep. 9, right? If we go to C.P. Steinmetz, who is the genius king of this earth, of what we can pretty much when it comes to electricity and magnetism, he ran GM, and they hid these people. They stopped them from giving out the correct knowledge, so that we could liberate ourselves and reconnect to this organic technological realm. Yeah. So T.P. Steinmetz will tell us, yeah, that the magnetic and dielectric fields are always at 90-degree angles. So 9, yeah, is the master number. Right. If you go to a cinema, every time when we go to a cinema, right, so 9, yeah, you know, we've only got 0 to 9, yeah, and 0 is hold, which is the womb, again, which equates to then our tomb, which is our mother, our mom, and a thermometer. And yeah, a thermometer. And it's saying the reason a thermometer is called a thermometer is because the human avatar is a thermometer. And what happens is, with electric charge, we raise up. We rise this erection here, up here, and we rise up Jacob's ladder through electrical energy, which intertwines. Then we get 96 here, yeah. When sun and moon merge together, yeah, and then that's what gives us the 96. So then the human avatar rises up. So what I was saying is, yeah. So here you have your red shift, and then here you have your blue shift. Now, what I was saying was a flower. Blue is descending. It's up here. Yeah. So you have within you heaven and hell within you. And that heaven and hell is the movement of electromagnetic energy. Is that heaven and hell. So if we just go back to what I'm saying about blue light, and I'm saying to you that blue light is the descending ray of light coming from the blue sky, the heavens. The earth is red. In Africa, many they call it the red earth. Earth red. Yeah. Yeah. And then obviously as we then rise up, then we got the green earth and the blue sky. Yeah. So a plant senses sight through photosynthesis using light energy to turn carbon dioxide and water into sugar. I recently found out that an oxygen machine, doesn't contain pure oxygen in a hospital, otherwise it will kill you. It has carbon dioxide in it as well. And it's the same with oxygen and hydrogen. Oxygen isn't the healing modality. Hydrogen is the healing modality. Yeah, and that's what's coming in here through this electric charge, through the sun here, because hydrogen yeah, is a healing modality that operates like a hose in the system, removing the fire. And what it does, it removes the oxidative stress and it triggers and excites the mitochondria, and it triggers the ATP, and it sends them absolutely rocking and rolling, rocking and buzzing. That is what hydrogen does. Hydrogen is coming from the sun, and the carbon and the oxygen. CHO is the incoming molecules from the sun here. It's incoming from the sun, which is the light. The sun is also, it's giving us, you know, light, yeah, and then white light is coming, and it's coming through into that prism, yeah, to create this lower light. It's a lower light that we're working with, yeah, it's a lower dualistic light. So this light here, as I was just saying, so the plant needs to detect light sources to get food. There's an interplay. You see, 6 is sex and sex is electrical. There's an interplay of sexual energy happening here. All things are, there's an interplay of sexual, yeah, interchange of energies. Electromagnetic energies are merging and interchanging to manifest and to transmute, to manifest and grow, to create new things. So sex is vital. It's a vital part to the existence of all life, of all creation. So, without getting top too much. So it says, right, we now know that they do this, yeah, using phototrophins, light receptors in the membranes of cells in plant tips. Yeah, phototrophins are sensitive to blue light. So we'll just read that again. Plant senses sight. Photosynthesis uses light energy to turn carbon dioxide and water into sugar. Yeah. So plants need to detect light sources to get food. So plants detect the light in order to get food. Yeah. And then so we now know they do this using phototropins, light receptors in the membranes of the cells in the plant's tips. Phototropins are sensitive to blue light. Blue light helps them to bulge. Blue is bulge. Blue is bulge, bulging, bumping, blue, blow, yeah, blue. Blue is left. Blue is left, blue, yeah? Left is light, liberation, 12. 12 is coming in here. 12 is the gateway of man, yeah? 12 is the summer solstice, yeah? Coming in, right? And that 12 is connected to the blue shift. And the blue is 12 is your heart here. That's what 12 is. 12 is the heart also. 12 is the heart. Now 12, heart is green, which is earth, which is the plane of inertia. Yeah. It's the stargate running directly through the center of the man here. So the Egyptians, yeah, they used to weigh the heart, yeah. The heart is the seat of the soul, really. It is the seat of the soul. Before I forget, so in speaking of Egypt, yeah, they had Seth, and what Seth was. Seth is Set. Seth is Set, yeah. And the Egyptian red demons of Seth, right? And what Seth did, Seth represents everything that threatened harmony in Egypt. Seth represents everything that threatened harmony in Egypt, right? So here, what you have is the sun, yeah, 12, summer solstice here, on you as well, the man, right? So the woman, there. So if I hold this, you can see that you've got blue shift, red shift. This is the 12. This is the 6, the lower 6. The lower 6. 12 is up here. Horus and Seth. Seth. That is what's going on there. We've got Horus, and we've got Horus, and we've got Seth. Seth. Yeah. We want to raise up. We want to raise up, yeah, out of Seth. Yeah. This is a school of learning. If we don't do that, then the energy flow, you have Ida and Pingala. Yeah. These two energies are within your gonads or within your ovaries, in your lower region. Sex, again, in your lower sex region. Now, it's down to us as we fall. When we fall, you are a fallen entity. You are a fallen, not an entity, you're a spirit soul. You are a fallen spirit soul. In actual fact, you can be an entity. The choice is yours, whether you want to be, rise up to activate the soul, become spirit soul, yeah? And then once you become spirit soul, then this is when we can actually leave this realm and go to other higher abodes. And this is where we get our true intelligence, is when we rise up and activate the soul. We are able to access our true divine intelligence. So before I forget, so speaking about that, I just want to go straight onto this, and then we'll look at this again with light. Right. So this here is from my Gnostic studies, right? And this is the Venerable Master Samuel Almeida, yeah? We're speaking about a master here. So what I'm reading here now is directly coming from a master, an ascended master, in the physical, in this realm, right? So it says, when the yogi, esoterist, initiate, inhales the prana or vital Christ through the right nasal cavity and exhales the prana through the left nasal cavity. Yeah. You may not have these the right way round when I draw them. Yeah. But this is what we're speaking about here again, right? So you've got your right here, right hand side of you here, moon, and sun here, left. So you've got left and right, yeah? The Holy Spirit is connected to the right hemisphere of your right brain, yeah? But Medusa represents the egotistical feminine. Also, we're going to speak about the ego. We're going to speak about that as well. What happens, yeah, with this energy, this sixth energy, this masculine redshift, the redshift energy, yeah, when it's not worked correctly, right? So it says, so when we rise up with red, yeah, what happens is we end up accessing the Holy Spirit in the end, but we must come through first the lower stages in order for that to happen. So let me just continue reading this, right? So it says, we'll start again. When the yogi esotericist initiate inhales the prana or vital Christ through the right nasal cavity and exhales the prana through the left nasal cavity, and vice versa. When he inhales through the left nasal cavity and exhales through the right nasal cavity, what he wants is not to attract external atoms as the profane believe, yeah, but rather to raise the solar and lunar atoms from his testes, from her ovaries, to the magnetic field at the root of his nose. Yeah, that what I've just reading there is nothing to do with me or my presentation, what I'm speaking about. I just bumped into it, yeah, because truth is truth. There is but only one truth, yeah, and the highest virtue higher than truth is truthful living. That is either that. So what that's speaking about is raising these lower sexual energy, yeah, from redshift here, and rising it all the way up, yeah, to burst through here in this area here where you've got the blue and the green here, yeah, in this area here, yeah, is where the Stargate is. The Stargate is at the center point here, which is in our, what we call our heart, yeah. And that Stargate is what enables us to enter and exit this realm, and it is where the core essence of our true self resides within this space, this heart space here. This heart space is not concerned with up, down, up, down, up, down. Look, this is what's happening. This is why we are so confused. What I'm explaining is our confusion between good and bad. 1 minute, look, you're in heaven, a saint, and you're a devil. A saint, a devil. It's good or bad? I'm good today, I'm a bad tomorrow. I'm happy today, I'm sad tomorrow. Yeah. Balance. It's this duality is running directly through our system, through electromagnetism, and it is the demiurge, Yaldabaoth, both, yeah, that wasn't here originally, and it's just something that came about, yeah, that was birthed as an abortion from the mother. What we are working on is a correction, yeah, because you see, nine, if you take a pie chart, every single angle, yeah, breaks down. It starts with 90-degree angles, 60-degree angles. Every single angle, you can break it back down into the number 9. It breaks back down to number 9. And what happens is, each angle of light goes into a point of singularity. It ends at the point of singularity. I can probably show it on here. Quickly see if I can just show that. Any point of singularity. Right. So even when I take that symbol, very, very hard for you to see to see this, but I want it to be able to see, because there's some things that I'm not able to get because I have so much information. So what we are looking at here is that just want you to see this if possible. You can just see there. Yeah. Even when we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 120 degrees times 6 works back out 720 and drops straight back to your 9. Even when you go to the cinema and you watch a film, yeah, you know, you see, even when you go to cinema and you watch a film, yeah, you've got your Nikola Tesla. Oh, it's telling you about the importance of the 3, 6, and 9. Yeah. So even when you go to this, when we go and watch a film in the cinema, like I was saying earlier, that 9 is magnetism. Magnetism. 9 is the moon. This is 69. Yeah, magnetism. So how does that happen? The magnetic field, yeah, is based upon 90-degree angles, right? So our existence is based upon 9. I said that 9 time is the movement of electromagnetic energy. We are encased inside of a toroidal field. Yeah, that is what we're encased in. So I was saying the importance of the 369. Even when we go to watch a movie, occult numerology, there is no numbers past 9. The people that create this inorganic realm, this overlay, yeah, are enlightened dark occultists, and they have the same information, but they're using it for services of their own selfish gain. Yeah, and the reason they're using it for their own selfish gain is because of the way that they work with these. They're working with this redshift, that redshift there. Yeah. So that's what I was actually saying there. So what I'm saying is, when we go to a movie, because it contains the motive to move your emotions. M is key because M is the mother, and the M is 3, yeah? And the 3 is a trinity. So when we go and watch a movie, you have a movie which is 12, 15, and 18. Guess what? They're 3, 6, and 9. When you go to watch a movie, you got the choice of either watching 3, 6, and 9. and you can watch 9, yeah? But if you're going to watch 9, 9 is the height. So if you're going to watch 9, you better make sure that you're grown enough to get in to be able to handle your emotions being moved by the movie. So we are to take control of our senses within this bicycle illusion. Otherwise, somebody else is going to take control of those senses for us. We have, yeah, you have here a light receptor. Yeah, that light receptor is called a suprachiasmatic. Here it is, suprachiasmatic. 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 But you see, red is red, which is also radiation, radiate, yeah, redshift. Again, so we have this suprachiasmatic, which is a light receptor, which works with the pineal gland in the hypothalamus, yeah, which resides within 96. 96 is sun and moon, which is light and dark. So it's telling us that we are to work with both light and dark. We are working with both light and dark, yeah. When it switches, yeah, we're now going to be working with darkness, yeah. We are only just learning about lights. Even these materialists, science, so they call themselves scientists, right? Scientists. They are only just working with realizing about the importance of light. And the reason that they're doing that now like that, it's very slow to come out. It's because after a while, you'll start to realize that you are light. Like it tells you. It's always been. I mean, this one here again, from the Bible, right? It's telling us, then the righteous will shine forth as the sun. Under a microscope, the water within us, yeah, the light shines as a white sun and a black sun with a 6-pointed star on each, with 6 plus 6 is 12, yeah, and 12, yeah, is also the movement of the electromagnetic energy has a 12ness to it. Because how does it have a 12ness to it? I explained it earlier. I said that that's where your time comes from. Yeah, that's where we are doing clock presentation. People are realizing that it's a clock. It's cyclical. It's cyclical. Yeah. Now in this clock, this is also an eye, which is the center of your eye, which is the magnetic sensor which sucks in the light. And with this avatar, the avatar here, you, yeah, are that center that's sucking in the light. A darkness is also a light. So this is what is happening. And it is also said that is why we see color in our dreams. Yeah, because the pineal is then detecting light. It's detecting light and it is being sucked in. But we know that people who are blind, their circadian rhythm, they are also able to use the light because the biological clock works on electricity is also within the brain. And the ganglion cells enable the blind to also be able to detect the light so that they can work their same sleep and wake cycle correctly. Yeah, so that their sleep and wake cycle is working efficiently, right? So that is what is happening here with this suprachiasmatic SCN. So we are to be aware of what is actually happening, yeah, because it's having a major effect on us, yeah. So if what happens is, again, so I've said that the green light, what green light does, green light promotes sleep within the avatar. It promotes sleep. Stillness is what it promotes. And stillness, yeah, this is a physical illusion. It's a holographic illusion being emanated from the center of this plane, of inertia. Yeah. So everything that you see that is happening, the movement, the movement, yeah, is not, it's not real. Yeah, the movement is the illusion. The movement is the movement, the wave movement, boom, 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 boom. That is the movement here. It's happening inside of you. This is the red and the blue shift. Red rising through the fire of the lower emotions. You said you got earth and water here, and then you've got fire and air as the higher, yeah? But you move through the fire of your lower emotions at the same time as well, yeah, which we'll speak about. So I'm speaking about light and dark and the importance of it now. Right, so your melatonin, right, what happens is, in the morning, the reason we're not supposed to eat when we wake up is because melatonin is still active. And if melatonin is still active and you eat, what happens is you raise your insulin levels. Yeah. We don't recognize the stillness and the darkness deliberately. Yeah. Because we are intertwined with redshift and blue shift. We are intertwined with redshift rising, blue shift descending, those two energies. So we don't recognize the importance of the stillness, because the stillness and the darkness is what the archons don't like. Is what they don't like. Yeah, parasitical entities. Yeah, that are feeding off our energies don't like that, and that's what in our lower region there's over 100,000 neurons. I think a ridiculous amount of neurons that connect to the brain. Yeah, and this is why it's the attack is happening in the lower region when we eat the cooked food. Yeah. So it's very important of the stillness and the darkness. So what happens is, with this light, it can be triggered. So this SCN, which is what they call it, which is SCN, if I take out that C and I put a U there, I've got sun. Ra is a sun god. Supra chiasmatic. Supra chiasmatic. Yeah, super chiasmatic. Right. So the importance of stillness and darkness. Yeah. So there's this inorganic matrix that's been created by those, yeah, that work with the red shift. They work with red shift, right? Yeah, because red shift here is masculine dominance. Masculine dominance, if inverted, yeah, if it's not risen, and it operates on Kunda Boffa, which is Satan's tail, yeah, and it operates with that, then we are talking masculine dominance to be risen if inverted, lustful, egotistical, self-gratification, discontent, endless greed. That's what happens. It's like a flaming fire that you can never satisfy. That's the negative downwards energy, which you see is associated with this, what we've been in. This is what we've been accustomed to, what we've been they've associated ourselves with that, because we are not raising that energies. So when you eat certain foods, certain cooked foods, they are staying in that lower region, yeah, and then they are staying in your intestines, building up plaque and decay, and staying there. And then what's happening is the information is going from here to here like that, and it's affecting it. So where you've got Horus and Set, yeah, and Set here, he's trying to kill, he's warring with Horus. Set is warring with Horus, yeah, killed by Osiris. So that is the battle that is taking place within. So real scientific study, and then that is the battle. There it is again there. So that is the movement between red and blue. This is, and the oscillation is light here. This is the longitudinal wave, which is our mother. She provides the longitudinal wave. This is the wave that we have to connect with. To connect with this wave, longitudinal white light, and then moving them when we close our eyes, we go into the 0 point darkness, which then is the black light, which is the original source light, which is dielectric, elements in ether, masculine, again, longitudinal standing wave. So what happens is when the darkness comes, when the sun goes down, it is no longer emits, there is no longer red light, blue light. I said earlier, and I think I said it, but blue light is 12 o'clock. Blue light is 12 o'clock. Yeah. Red light, you've got there 6 a.m. As we wake up, red light. And then I've put with green light, yeah, but it's mostly the red and the blue, yeah, that's being used there. Those two are what you're always going to find. And then also, before we move on to that, talking about that, and that's where you got your Red Bull, which I'm going to explain about in a second. So here, these studies that were conducted, the importance of stillness and darkness, I just can't stress. This is one of my main messages. Right, is also about this light. That is light. I've explained this before, and I have said it before previously. Right, these are taken from studies that has done, I think it might have been Oxford University or one of those, but it's recent study, it's recent, it's where through, you know, consciousness rising, etc., they're having to look at things a little tiny bit deeper, right? So what this is telling us, right, sleep promotes the ability to come up with novel solutions and complex problems. This was done, and you can see here, we've got a morning intro, afternoon testing, morning intro. The last one is afternoon testing with sleep. So this one is with no sleep. With no sleep. And it's percentage of successful in problem solving. Right, so with less sleep, the problem solving goes down drastically. But we don't equate it, we don't look at things correctly. The way that nature works, it goes in, it's like layers. It's like layers of understanding, and it's higher levels of understanding, the higher that we go. You could look at this from base intellect as an intellectual animal and say, yeah, but that's because you've got no sleep. So they're tired. It's not because they've got no sleep, just because it is down to, yeah, it is down to when we access this 0 point darkness, yeah, melatonin kicks in. Once the sun goes down, then we move on to 9, magnetism, and we move on to the power of the 9, which is the stillness of 0 point darkness. So then what happens is melatonin enters the system and it resets, it scavenges free radicals and turns them, yeah, directly into water, right? So that is one of the other reasons why you have these LED white lights, yeah, because what the white light's doing is it's disrupting the melatonin levels. So like it says here, it may go into, it says new LED light, it's white and blue light, which is coming from computer cell phones. The blue is the short wavelength of the spectrum, which I've been explaining, which affects your circadian rhythm, tricking your brain into thinking it's daytime. We don't realize the importance of what they do to you as an avatar. Yeah, because if melanopsin supertriasmatic or melanopsin triggers blue light, it's going to turn on your biological clock. So, like this. And what happens is it'll start turning these on, because blue is this blue sky. It's action. It's going to make things happen. It's alertness. We were saying earlier that the blue, yeah, is what helps the plant to detect light in order to turn, yeah, that light energy into sugar and carbon dioxide so that it can grow. yeah, and it probably uses oxygen, hydrogen, etc. to actually grow. So we don't fully realize that the avatar, yeah, we are living within a totally inorganic matrix, so we cannot access our, stopping you from deliberately accessing your true higher states of being, yeah. So that one there, so we're saying that with this here, yeah, problem solving went up by look how much it's gone up by. It's a mega amount. So when they increase the sleep, yeah, increase that person's sleep wake cycle correctly, yeah, then their ability to solve problems went up drastically. In actual fact, their ability to solve problems went, this is normal anyway. This one was with no sleep. This one was just the normal one. When they increased the sleep, when they were allowed to have deeper sleep, yeah, when they was allowed to sleep even deeper, there are also sounds because of the waves, the delta waves, yeah, they're also long waves as well. They're finding now that sound can help us to sleep deeper. The deeper we sleep, yeah, the deeper we get into it. So without none of this light or darkness, the more darkness that we can get into, the more we are able to reset the avatar. It's able to reset itself. Yeah. And then even in the afternoon, you should have a cat nap. I think in Spain have a siesta around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That is the reason for it. 5 o'clock, blue light kicks in again. 5 o'clock, we get our muscles kick into play. That's why you go to the gym. So if you were going to play a football match, to win that football match, the best time for you to do it would be to play at 12 o'clock. Because 12 o'clock is when blue light comes, and then this is when we get our alertness. And that is why you have lunchtime, yeah, at 12 o'clock, because your digestion is improved via the blue light. That is what it's doing at 12 o'clock. It's doing this all for us. All of this is happening for us, for our upgrade and advancement. Yeah. Then, if we look at this one here as well, yeah, positive word went up drastically. Positive word here. Yeah. Once this is what is actually happening. You see, it's phenomenal. With normal sleep, you see that all words, positive word, negative word. Once the avatar is tired, lacking in energy. See, these two studies are only going to be, because these are proper university coming from the inorganic matrix, so they're giving you just straight factual, yeah, because they were only working with logic, left brain, yeah. So you're giving us straight factual information. We're not going to advance on that, and it's a lack of energy, yeah, and it's a lack of access to the 0 point darkness, which is making us see things and coming out more negative. At the moment, within this realm, the psyche is damaged because you are damaging the morphogenetic biomagnetic toroidal field, yeah, and it's also being reversed, but it is being damaged and it's speeding up as well, also, yeah. So that has a direct effect on our psyche because we are connected to this realm, one through human resonance and through many other ways at this also too. Yeah. So then people feel that people are out to get them and they are in fear. And the reason that they are in fear is because it's coming from their ego, because they are trapped in their ego, because they are never, ever, ever raising this energy upwards. They're not. They can't. You can't. Yeah. So if you're watching all the sexual activity, etc., that we are participating in, which we've all done, but they have been teaching you to expel your vital life force energy, yeah, and they are teaching you to do things, yeah, that lowers your energy, that it lowers. So all of the cooked food that we are eating, the ways in which that we are behaving is all within the lower carnal beast self. So 666 is the beast, the unenlightened beast here. That's who we are. Yeah. 666 is the actual enlightened beast. That unenlightened beast, yeah, it represents something called the Baphomet. Yeah. So that Baphomet that we see, yeah, Amphigen, Baphomet. Yeah, but it's a symbol, the Baphomet symbol, and it's as above, so below. Yeah, it's got one that's higher and one is lower, and this is a symbol that that's it's being used. And it's a symbol that they worship. And when it's broken down, it also can be broken down into cipher. It means Sophia as well, which is what this is here. This is Sophia, which is our mother, the great mother. Yeah, which is nature. She is that royal arch. She's that royal arch. She's the guardian and protector of this realm, and she also resides within us. She is our mother, and she is the Holy Spirit that is rising within us and enabling us to reconnect with our mother. Yeah, so that we can no longer be delinquents lost at sea, which is legal fiction. Yeah, again. Yeah, which is what they do. So the Baphomet, which is what we're saying, right? So the Baphomet is connected to the IN, right? The IN is the I. And in the Hebrew alphabet, I got it here. Hebrew Bible, so to speak. It is IN. You wouldn't be able to see this here. This is the IN here. Is a 16th letter. Within occultism, we don't have. There's only 9 numbers, 0 to 9. That is the reality of your existence, by the way. There is only 9 numbers. Everything after that is a duplication. So the IN, yeah, which is the I in Hebrew and also in Phoenician as well, equates to the 16th letter, yeah, which is the 7. Which is the 7, right? Yeah. So the iron equates to the 7, which that 7 is the electromagnetic spectrum, which is I, which is light, yeah, which is here. This is the I, which is the iron, which is also can be equated to the zodiacal image of that is Capricorn, which is the leaping goat. When we put all of this together, yeah, the Baphomet can represent both light and dark, but it is being used by those who are manipulating the light, yeah, as a deception of light, yeah. So that's what we have right here. Deception of light there. And also the pyramid, Pyro, which is Pyro meaning fire in the middle. Yeah. And this is a fire light, which is a fire, yeah, that is to be risen. If this burning control, if this fire is left to go out of control and descend burning downwards, then it becomes an uncontrollable flame, an uncontrollable fire that cannot sustain, that cannot see anything other than self. And you can see that a reflection of the world that we live in today. Yeah, it's a self-service service to self. One of the main tenets of Satanism is self-indulgence, self-gratification of the self. Yeah, which is a total inversion of this reality. Because of that, we are dying. Yeah, because of this energy. Because of this energy, we think we are separate. We kill animals, we eat them, we kill each other, we kill ourselves, we make ourselves suffer. We walk past ourselves in the street when we are on the floor in the freezing cold, and we walk past ourselves and we think that we are okay. No, we are not okay. You just walk past yourself on the floor, sleeping on the floor. When you go into your to voting, to vote for people who operate with red and blue, operate by red and blue, yeah, using your reality and manipulating and using the light against you. That's what they're doing, yeah. So that's what's happening with the Baphomet. So then they use the Baphomet as a phallic symbol, because then this, you see, when in its lower form like that, is masculine, phallic, male energy, is what it is. So then I said it with a 6, yeah? So the man is the 6. So here we are. You can just see here, occult symbol. I hope you can see this. Probably can't see. This is 6. It's 1 and 5. In actual fact, I'll just make it bolder so you can see it. And the top of that tarot card, top of that card is 1 and 5, which is 6. And there is your Baphomet, representing both light and dark. As above, so below. Sun and moon, incorporating your lowest self and your higher self. And then this is Capricorn. Yeah, this is the leaping goat, which also has the same goat horns. Leaping goat, Capricorn. Saturn moves into Capricorn in the lower region here. Saturn has a moon called Pan. Pan is a sex god. Pan rapes women. Pan represents this energy here. When it's stagnated, when it's left to go downwards, when you stay in your lower carnal self, lower carnal animal natures, which is just encased within reproduction, control of others, because it also puts you in your lower brain as well. When you do that, what that also does, it keeps you in your lower brain, which I've spoken about. Keeps you in that lower state. So, right, and that lower brain, just, you can see that. You got that here. Lower brain. Yeah. So I'm saying, and that lower brain is only bothered with reproduction, survival, and this is what happens when we come out of the organic loop. Yeah. By consuming death, etc. Death through taste, through sight, through all of our senses. Yeah, as an avatar, we must take control and become master of this illusion. Otherwise, if we do not activate, then the illusion will become master of us. And those who operate via this process, left-hand path, yeah, they will do that because they have deliberately inverted everything. So they are working with phallic worship. So I was saying, so Capricorn is this is Capricorn, the leaping goat, which is also, you can see the 6 there. That you can see there is a 6. It's a 6. Pan represents pandemonium, pandemic. Yeah, Pan is a moon of Saturn. So by using Pan energy, by venerating when you have your Christmas, they associated this Baphomet envision, yeah, with this lower self. So when you come into this lower form, you have your winter solstice on the 21st of December here. Yeah. Her son impregnates the center point, its mother here, and it accesses 0 point energy and it enters the 0 point darkness, stillness, and it does not move, and then it regathers. It uses that 0 point energy to climb back up without going up to track with the Saturn, right? So it climbs back up, right? that is the way that is actually working. Right. So here, the Red Bull, blue ship. So again, you're using sun gods, yeah. But then bull is bi, which is bull, and bull is also Taurus, and Taurus is also a Taurus bull, which is also a toroidal field, which is also your torso. Yeah, which is all within this. So the same dark occultist who is venerating Pan, and Pan is a god, he's half man, half goat that rapes women, rapes people. It represents lustful energy. Now, by you having a venerating it at Christmas, Christmas only came about in 1800s. Before that, Thor used to have goats, and he used to carry his goats around. He used to fly them. This is where Santa Claus comes from. New Claus was a guy who used to wear green and white. Not Santa Claus took him over and turned it into Coca-Cola. Yeah, Christmas has only been going since the 1800s. They are getting you to venerate your lower carnal self. They're getting you to venerate redshift. So that's why they have Saturnalia around that period. And with Saturnalia, the children would be incorporated into everyone's having sex with everybody, orgies, everything's a total purging, where there's nothing but the most debauchery that is happening, even grown people raping children, etc. Yeah, and everybody took part in it in Saturnalia. Yeah, and then January was named after the god Janus. I did share this a year ago, and Janus had two heads. Someone else is explaining that it represents this same field, this two toroidal ball field. You can see there's two fields happening here. This is it happening here, 9999, 9999, 9999. Yeah, that's what it represents. So then Saturn. So when we are in this lower portion here, through unknowing ignorance, you are venerating. They have you venerating your lowest carnal self, which is the side of you that is a demon. The side of you that is a demon, and that is the way that it is. But these energies are operating within us. So when we reach this point here, nature is telling us that there is less food around and there is less light around, and we are to go into solitude, go within, access the stillness, the 0 point darkness within us. When we access this stillness, 0 point darkness within us, it enables us to access our super higher states of being. It enables you to become a superhero, because it enables you to access your true self in the stillness and the darkness. And the entities don't like darkness, stillness. They don't like that, because they're not allowed. They can't enter that. They cannot enter this realm here, this green plane here that I'm speaking about. They cannot enter that plane of existence. So when we had the winter solstice, that is what we should have been supposedly, and that is what we were supposed to be doing. Yeah. So when you see representation of this Baphomet character, again, the actual Baphomet, you see there, that one here. That's why that one, it has the man and the woman, and it's the man and the woman are chained to it. Yeah, they're chained to it through their own lower self, through their own egotistical ways, and through their own ignorance. They are chained themselves to their lower carnal nature, to their lower state of being and lower self. But when you eat certain things that are no good for you, yeah, it creates a vicious cycle that makes you keep wanting it. So when you eat, if I eat loads of sugar, it will create negative emotions in me, like anger and things like that. And then what does anger do? Anger, yeah, who suffers? Everybody suffers with anger. When somebody is in anger, they suffer themselves. They raise their acidity, and then they make others suffer. But you raise your acidity again because there was a battle here between Horus and Set. The Sun and Saturn. The Sun, alkaline, Saturn, acidic. What am I talking about? What is he talking about? acidic. I tell you what I'm speaking about. This realm is a test to you. That will test you. Constantly like it's doing to me now. So what happens is you have Horus and Set. Horus and Set, yeah, playing out inside of the avatar. So Horus and Set is playing out inside of your being. There we go. Red shift and blue shift. And see the 7 in the middle? Yeah, and the 7, you see, because when we're speaking about the Baphomet, which breaks down, this cipher that I was just showing, breaks down into Sophia as well. So we are to incorporate this darker side within us also. It has been said that, you see, the 7, because of what I've just been speaking about, is Saturn, which is the leaping goat, which is this. And it uses the 6 and the 7, but it's the 7, you see, because the INI, yeah, is the 16th letter. And the 1 plus 6 makes the 7. And then that's where the 7 comes into play, which is the 7. But then the 7 is connected to the 7 rays of the electromagnetic spectrum. The electromagnetic spectrum is only enabling us to see 1% of visible light, which is enabling those who operate with light, and yeah, those who manipulate light are able to manipulate those who are unaware, the profane, who are the unaware, are manipulated by this light. And that is what the Red Bull symbol was, which was this one here. So this is why you have the Red Bull, and there's another one called Monster, and that is 666 again, which is telling you that 666 is the beast, the unenlightened beast, the man, the unenlightened man, which is the beast of burden, the intellectual animal. Yeah. So by using this Red Bull, when you drink this Red Bull, this is black magic now. When you drink this Red Bull, 666 Red Bull, yeah, what happens is the caffeine in it, yeah, it triggers, stimulates you, and disrupts your sleep-wake cycle. So it stops the release of melatonin. If it's the same in the morning, if you eat food when you wake up, yeah, melatonin is still around, and darkness is still around, stillness. So you will be punished by nature. And when you do that, you get up in the morning, these people make you go to work in the inorganic matrix. They make you rise up, yeah, with the sun. They make you rise, but what happens is then they are extracting your energy because they are using moon eye during the daylight hours to do it, because the moon is magnetic and it controls the tides through magnetism. Yeah. So by using moon eye, they are attaching your abundance to moon eye and ciphering your energy, this energy. And that energy, yeah, it's a way of stopping you from raising up towards it's stopping you from raising that red energy upwards. It's stopping you from raising that red shift correctly. The moon eye is, whether you are into money or not. People think now, oh, I'm not into making money, I don't even hardly have any. But you are into making money because you are into survival, because you are in your lower reptilian brain, mostly. Yeah. So whilst we are like that, yeah, then we are attracted to Munai, which extracts our energy, because even with our thought pattern and thought wave is aligned with drawing the Munai, even subconsciously. So the essence doesn't have anything to do with Munai, because it knows its abundance is a birthright. Yeah. So then you are operating within your personality, which is pushing you towards the personality, which was learned behavior by the inorganic matrix. When we leave this realm, the ego and the personality will stay here. And that the ghost is the personality trapped in limbo in what we call 4D. Yeah, because what happens is the personality is encased with the sun, the light, the white light. It doesn't work with the black light, which is the subconscious, mind, which is the Holy Spirit. Yeah, you've not been raising this red shit. You've only been working with the ultraviolet. You've only been working with the red light of the white conscious sun. When you gathered all your material possessions, thinking that the material possessions were meant something when they're not even real, unfortunately. Yeah, and lifetimes get spent where this happens to beings, and then they get trapped here. Yeah, because they get caught up in a Luciferian light, false light trap. Yeah, which again, using the Baphomet, yeah, to actually do that, and that is why you see all your celebrities going like this with the one eye, because it represents the Ayin, which is an ancient in Phoenician, and then the Hebrew alphabet, and we're talking about the eye, which is the 7, yeah, and the eye represents the 7, and the 7 is the electromagnetic spectrum, which is also your 7 chakras. So in a way, we become encased and entrapped within this, and it also, by doing that, they're also using the platonic solids in order to do that as well, which is the earth, fire, air, water, and ether even too. Also, that can keep us entrapped, encased in this electromagnetic physical illusion. Yeah, and is what is stopping souls from activating themselves within this physical realm. So then what's happening is that is disrupting the organic loop. So you are outside of the organic loop, yeah, when your cells are like this, and that's how they are most of the time. And the cells, your etheric body, when you are sleeping, levitates above your physical body, and its core essence drops back down, the molecules drops back down into the cells. And when your cells are like this, they can't communicate. There's no light, no oxygen, there's no light, and most humans walk around like this their whole life. There is no light information able to come through here. So there is no upgrade happening around here. While this is happening, while this is actually happening, we have to access this state of being, yeah, which we are getting through. We're getting that through the CHO, the carbon, the hydrogen, and the oxygen, and that is also coming through the sun. But to touch on that, so they are using your ignorance against you, because you can see there's the ball, 2 balls coming together, yeah, in front of the sun, because the sun is masculine giving energy, yeah. Much of the Baphomet worship is worship through phallic worship, and it is Jesus Christ rising, and the Bible, which is rising of an erection, right? It is resurrection, yeah. When I was giving that a minute, and it's exactly spot on. It is resurrection, and it is phallic worship. And if you look around in your local city, you will find that there are phallics put up all over the place. Because if you are in phallic worship, you are imbalanced. You can only deal with logic, and you can only deal with the things that are in front of you. You only got a critical mind. There is no intuitive mind. There is no creativity in there, and throughout that, we're able to abolish your love as well, and your care. And moving on from that, that is when you have also. This is how the fields come together. I finished the presentation. We got so much. Yeah. The Baphomet is also symbolized. It is symbolized, yeah, by the owl here. And Sophia, our mother, is also, yeah, can be broken down into the Baphomet as also Baphomet can be broken down inside of her also, yeah, as an aspect of this realm. Now the owl is represented also by the Baphomet and used by many secret societies of cult. Reason is the owl will turn its head 360 degrees. 3 plus 6 is 9. Yeah. So it will do that. Yeah. And then what the owl will also do, an owl, it's got its head. Yeah. Its head is like its head is a sensor. That is what the owl is. And it's even if a mouse was underneath the floor, right, and it couldn't be seen by anything else, the owl, its face is like a speaker. I don't actually have the symbol at the minute. Its face, the owl's face, is actually like a speaker. Yeah. So what it does, it can sense things from great distances away, from very very far away, and it's an exceptionally intelligent creature. Is this owl? Yeah. Again, you probably can't see. Yeah. But this is an image of an owl, and what we're doing with this image here, what they've done with it, it's like an antenna. So you can see the owl as an actual antenna, which you can just see there. See the owl there? It's an antenna. Yeah. And they use the owl because the owl is all knowing, all seeing, and it can move its head 360 degrees, and it has sensors that enable it to sense in the stillness, darkness, and it's able to operate in both light and dark. And these animals are still in perfect sync with nature. But guess what? The other thing about the actual owl, yeah, is that the actual owl itself, yeah, this is magnetism. How magnetism works. You can see it in the face of an owl. It's two fields coming together. Within all things, within even myself, yourself, you're two fields, and your left hemisphere, is slightly different to the right hemisphere. So this is why you have a difference in the look of your face. There'll be a difference. Your left side is different to your right side. Yeah. So I'm left-handed, using a lot of my right brain, creativity, etc. That's why I'm a designer, and so on and so forth. And it's the same for all of us, and it's all down to electromagnetism. And the way that electromagnetism is working, yeah, is reconnecting us back with our divinity and macro, because you are the same as this realm in quality, but not quantity. Yeah. So through that stillness and that 0 point darkness, yeah, what we are able to do is we are able to access our true divine powers. That is what we are able to do when we are using this darkness and stillness. So even I just pulled up something. Even when people are using, there are things I've spoken about before on previous presentations, which I have here. I've spoken about this. Yep. This is something, it's a martial arts called Sistema, because I do martial arts, yeah. And martial arts is a way of expressing the serpent chi energy that resides within us. And this is the serpent chi energy that comes up here. There's going to be a part 3, because still can't even get any through. It's not. So, relaxation after the strike to deal with multiple attackers, yeah, to execute various attack skills. As we go forward, I'm going to want to do videos on this, but I'm in a totally raw state, as I say. So now it's coming up to 10 o'clock. My energy levels are very, very good. They're very, very good, because I'm using magnetic 9 through aged urine, which is carrying a ridiculous amount of oxygen and hydrogen, yeah, and ridiculous amounts of electrical energy and electrical elements. So I'm moving my electrons, through movement, we're moving these electrons to create and trigger a higher state of energy, which is raising this energy upwards. Yeah, so it stays here. A punch is a potential injury, and there is only one sure way to minimize or prevent destruction from a strike. from a strike, from physical stresses to the body. This sure way is offered in its completeness only by Systema. Of course, it is breathing. Right. What these guys do, I did have an image of it, I might have it here now. What these guys do is they relax. I have it here. They relax and they enter the stillness and the 0 point when somebody hits them with full force. Yeah, and because there is no spoon. You can stop and exit this matrix at any point in time. It's an illusion. There's nothing really here. It's not really solid. The only thing that is real is this 0 point here. This is the point of singularity. And this man that I've drawn here. So you can see here, you can see this big yawning V here, sun and moon entering 96, commanded by 96, by sun and moon. Yeah, it's commanded by it. But this checkerboard floor here of ignorance, yeah, here is when you're dancing on your red floor, on your red checkerboard floor. Like Michael Jackson, he was a side, it might have been Billie Jean. He was dancing on the red checkerboard. He was dancing, that wasn't red, black and white checkerboard floor. They had him dancing on it. Because this is you, us, not knowing the difference between right and wrong, constantly bouncing from red shift to blue shift all the time, not knowing who you are, not knowing your behaviors. You look at a woman and think, oh God, am I supposed to be doing that? I'm a married man. Of course you're supposed to be doing that. It's nature. But your heart center, once you become heart activated and you rise up this energy, will not let you live a lie. It won't let you live a lie in any way, shape or form. Will it do that to you? It won't do it to you. So the universal laws of nature are encoded within the core essence of who we are, which resides right in the center point here. And we access it by accessing the stillness and the 0 point darkness within us. Energies are rising. We are naturally meeting at this 0 point here. We are going to have an organic singularity. And there is nothing that anybody can do to stop it because it's nature. We have come too far. Now, there is too much. We are outside of the organic loop. And as I was saying earlier, because beings are not becoming soul activated, yeah, they are trapped in redshift here, entangled within this 5 cycle illusion. Yeah. But our mother, as we stated earlier, the mother, because there is no other than our mother, she, yeah, is this energy that resides within. She is this. And this is Carl Jung. And he says, the serpent shows the way to hidden things and expresses the introverting libido, which leads man to go beyond woman, to go beyond the point of safety and beyond the limits of consciousness. Yeah. So it's with the fear, we kind of access our true higher state of being. If we are in fear, if we are encased within any type of fear, you cannot drink aged urine, yeah, when you are in fear. And the way that high-end alkalinity works is because what will happen is this realm is a very subtle realm, and the advanced, the real true human avatar doesn't know what no fear is. A baby or a child doesn't think, oh God, I'm standing at the top of the stairs. They continue crawling right next to where they'll fall. So they don't have any fear. There is no fear. Just saying that there is no spoon. It's all connected to this lower ego, this lower self here. So the mother wears a red dress. Red is dress, red. Duress. You hold you under duress. So this is her energy here. This is Mama Amma. The Doga Mama Amma. Mama is 66. She's 6. Actually, Mama is 6. Mama Amma is 66. We go all the way back to the very beginning. Light moves through the prism. Yeah, reduction rate reduces to 66%. Then it manifests as your electromagnetic 7-ray spectrum, which is connected to the 7, which is Saturn. Using Saturn, and then you're using platonic solids, and then which is the cube. The cube is 6, yeah, which is keeping us inside an inorganic matrix, and then an artificial cube, which is a 6-pointed cube. And man, if you open the cube up, you get the man. So we must exit that cube to regain our woman status, so that we can access our core essence, spirit soul of who we truly are. Lastly, we speak about, and I finish this, there'll be more that I haven't even spoke about anyway. So here you see through that stillness, yeah, we are to access, to learn how to remember how to access the stillness, 0-point darkness. Yeah, that is what he's doing, all of the things that are happening to us, even if, before we finish, that is why Shakespeare and the likes, etc., they slept, not like this. The light wasn't here like this. Yeah, there are things here that are keeping you, stopping you from accessing true deep sleep. Even your cycle, we have a metabolic jet lag at weekend because he's changing the way, the eating habits, the times in which we are eating, etc. Yeah, cancer. There are people here, proven studies. This is proven fact. Yeah, when they did this one here, they gave people the chemotherapy, mustard gas, right? Unfortunately, radiotherapy, I think this one was. Yeah. And what this was telling us, you got age 65 years, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. The time that the people were given the radiotherapy, those that had the radiotherapy later in the day survived. Some of them survived. The ratio changes. The same with, there was another one done with people with stroke, people that suffer with stroke, yeah, and they were giving them the stroke medication in the morning, and they should have been giving it later on in the day. That was also having a negative effect. So our biological clock is vital, key to our upgrade and advancement and our lifespan as an actual human avatar. The red and blue. The only other thing I didn't state about red and blue is that I think you see the red, oxygenated blood is red and it's moving away from the heart. The blue, yeah, is going to. But what happens is with the light, yeah, we see the blue because the way in which that it works, which I have here anyway, yeah, the reason we see the blue, I'll just read it what I've taken down. Connection between red and blue light. Blue veins light penetrate, yeah, the skin to illuminate them. Blue and red wavelengths penetrate, right, which is 66, with different degrees of success, right? So blue and red, right, are penetrating with both different degrees of success. This is in terms of your sight, how we detect the red and the blue. in our skin. Right. It makes it back to, it then makes it back to our eyes. The smaller wavelength is the blue one, is the smaller wavelength, but it rises up higher near the head heaven, because the blue is to bulge, which is what I've written there. Blue is to bulge. Yeah. The blue is to expand. Alert. Bright. Blue. We are to merge red and blue shift. We are to raise out of the red this lower carnal side of ourselves, which is by coming away. It's, I mean, one of the first things that you could do towards doing something like towards raising that redshift energy upwards. One of the best things that you could ever possibly do would be to reduce the amount of cooked foods that you intake. Would be a good way to begin doing that. Yeah, reducing masturbation would be a good way of doing that. You see, anything to self-gratification, anything to do with abstinence, gaining your gratitude, humility, humbleness, all of these things, yeah, will let this serpent chi energy release and start to rise up your spinal medulla, to rise up your spine. Yeah, it will do that. And as we were saying, the great master was telling us earlier, when we raise, you see, spirit is breath. Spirit means breath. Yeah, and we are not breathing in anything external here. That is the force and power. The divine force is within you. It's not something that you are finding from anything external. It's within you. It's within your sexual regions. Your nasal is connected to your ovaries. And your nasal is connected to your testes. Yeah, left and right. Left and right. Left. 12. Right shift. Red shift. 18. 6 breaks down into 9, but you must rise up from 6 to meet magnetic 9, and you must then meet and rise up to meet both sun and moon 96 to become perfectly balanced in the center. Yeah, we are to transformation, translucent, yeah, is when to be able to see through something. This is what so the words are key. Translucent, transparent, transformation. Oh, he's transformed into something else. How did you transform? He went into a trance by creating an ultra-sensitive state through electrical charge, electrical energy. One of the keys that we do this with, through this white sun. Yeah. Then when we close our eyes, we access the black sun, but this white sun will charge us here, and it will release redshift from stagnation, and so that redshift can rise upwards. Yeah, blue shift comes downwards, and then they meet in the center, and in that center point where they meet here is where we have an all spiritual orgasm takes place within the heart of the woman. And at this point here, this is when you are able to access your true higher state of being, your true real self, who has been constantly waiting for your return since time immemorial. Once this takes place within the avatar, no more are we lost. No more do we cause suffering to others. No more. We gain back our transcendental spiritual, true intelligence. By transformation, transparent. So trance is transparent, it's trancing. To go into a trance, that's trance. Yeah. And then by doing that, by going into that trance, this physical illusion cease to exist no more. Then we can access the stillness and the darkness and access this 0 point stargate here, which is the plane of inertia. This is the only real thing in this in this 5 cycle, and it's connected to your true higher self, your true self, which is connected to the absolute, which is the absolute. So then when you drop down, you reincarnate. Carne is flesh. Carne means drop back into the flesh. Reincarnate, reincarnate into the flesh. Rein-flesh. Drop back down into the flesh. Serotonin is red. Serotonin. You need to get white sun. The white sun during the day is going to raise your moods, etc., your testosterone, and all sorts. We are supposed to be near the sun. Whoever is closest to the sun. If you can't do that, right, we're using magnetic 9. Age during, it's pH 9. You couldn't put it in a book. The truth is, it doesn't need writing in no book. It can just be connected together. Then it will make you cry if you activate it, because it's so beautiful. Such a beautiful happening. So force in motion is ionosphere. The ionosphere is up there, isn't it? And then we're using negative ions. The negative ions are going to be our savior against this 5G. So this is where we're at with the human avatar presentation. Still loads more information to come. So peace, love and centeredness. Thank you to those people that take the time out to listen to my presentations. It's something that I do from the depths of my heart, something that I have to do, that I came down here to do. So thank you. Peace, love, and centeredness.